Prior to the discovery of oil, the mainstay of the Nigerian economy was agriculture. Cash and food crops were produced, which sustained the population and provided the nation with foreign exchange to meet its import bills. The varied climate and rainfall pattern from the savanna lands to the rainforest on the Atlantic coast provided conditions for production of a variety of crops and rearing of livestock. The population in that period of time was a manageable figure of 40 to 50 million people. The entire agricultural activity was dependent on rain-fed agriculture. 2 decades after that era, 3 phenomena were experienced. 1. The drought years of the early 70s and its devastating consequences. 2. The substantial increase in population, now over 100 million. And 3. The menace of the ever-encroaching desert. These phenomena set the stage for a serious rethinking and brought the issue of developing the nation's water resources sector into prominence. In a nutshell, the objective of the water resources sector is to explore, exploit and harness the nation's water resources potential. The eventual goal were therefore the creation of full river basin development authorities to ensure that nationwide and systematic as well as consistent programs of development of water resources are achieved. The river basin development authorities were also envisaged as tools to stem the rapid rural-urban migration that were attendant problems of the oil boom era.
President Buhari had made a declaration that he wanted to take the country out of dependence on oil, and his solution was to exploit all the potentials of agriculture, because Nigeria has the potential to be a huge agrarian country. And for agriculture to be supported, we have huge irrigation infrastructure. You cannot be talking about food security if you cannot produce food all year.
In addition, the ministry through the River Basin Development Authorities is expected to design programs that would reduce the effects and the devastation of erosion and flood nationwide. The Hadejia Jamare River Basin Development Authority was established in 1976 along other river basin development authorities to coordinate various projects under Hadejia Jamare River Basins. The Hadejia Jamare River Basin Development Authority has a mission to achieve sustainable development of surface and underground water resources for irrigated agriculture, water supply, industrial and other uses to improve the socio-economic well-being of communities within the Hadejia and Jamare River Basin. The Managing Director Alhaji Mamundau Aliyu, in an interview with Press and Public Relations Unit of Federal Ministry of Water Resources Officers and staff of HI-wide communications, speaks further.
The division of Hadejia Jamare is efficient management of water resources for socio-economic development of the people in the basin, so provision of water for irrigation, domestic consumption, and industrial usage. The catching states are 3: Kano, Bauchi, and Jigawa states, and in all the 3 states we have several irrigation schemes which have been operating directly or indirectly through the farmers. We have also been able to, in the last 5 years, to construct a lot of irrigation schemes and also construct several water treatment plants and also drill boreholes to supply domestic water for the population to consume. And we have also been able to engage a teeming number of the people in the region to join our train of massive production. We normally provide irrigation water. We have the largest scheme. Our largest scheme is in Kano, consisting of about 20,500 hectares of irrigated land. In Kano, we have the second largest irrigation scheme in Hadejia Valley irrigation, which is about 6,500 hectares. And also in both we have the Jamare irrigation scheme, which is about 100 hectares all in all.
The Hadejia Jamare River Basin Development Authority is one of the most viable river basin development authorities in the country, with the largest functional irrigation projects, steady supply of raw water to states' water boards, and provision of water supply infrastructure to semi-urban and rural communities within its area of jurisdiction. Hadejia Jamare River Basin Development Authority, under the leadership of Mahmundao Aliyu, has recorded many achievements: construction of dams and canals. The purpose of constructing Tiga Dam, which has been in existence in the 1990s, is to provide irrigation for farmlands, flood control of Hadejia Valley, municipal and industrial water supplies, fisheries and hydroelectric power supply, rural water supply along the river, mandatory water releases for downstream users. The secondary benefits of the dam include recreation, wildlife conservation, microclimate conditions and improvement of the living conditions of the people in the area. Garumbaba Main Canal, Yantomo Distributory Canal, Kadawa, agricultural services. In order to make good use of the water from the dams and canals, many agricultural activities have been carried out by the authority.
Hadejia Jamare has tried to key into the Honourable Minister's plan and the roadmap. We have been able to plan to complete the major irrigation schemes we have inherited. We have set aside several plans to complete 3 major dams within the next 2-3 years. The Korel Dam in Kazauri, Jigawa State, the Dawala Dam in Borno Kudu, and also the Gulka Daru Dam in Bauchi State. These dams, when completed, will be able to provide drinking water for the people and also to supply irrigation water to irrigate vast lands that will be able to produce food and also contribute their water to the food production to achieve food security in the country.
Empowerment programs. 1. Graduate and Youth Employment and Empowerment Program. This program, which was instituted by the Honorable Minister of Water Resources as part of his plan for revitalizing the River Basin Development Authorities, is to make the youths capable, efficient, self-employed and self-reliant, and thus reduce the burden of providing employment by the tiers of government. A total of 40 graduate farmers have been trained in poultry production. The authority equally established Greenhouse Farm, where youths and graduate farmers are gainfully employed for the production of various high-yielding agricultural products like tomatoes, pepper, oranges are planted. Greenhouse at Kano. Graduate farmers benefited from the improved seedling provided by the greenhouses. Graduate farmers are equally given different brands of water pumps, and these are helping to embark on dry season agriculture. Procured a combined harvester that is working at Kadawa Farm Center. The Managing Director, Mr. Mahmundao Aliyu, expatiates.
The Graduate Youth Empowerment Program is basically an attempt to make agriculture more productive to the youth so that they will be able to join. The average age of a farmer in Nigeria is over 60 years. So that spells out that in the next 10-20 years, if the youth are not joining the agricultural production system, the farmers will there will be nobody to produce food for the population. So that's why this program was established, was created, and we have been able to make the agricultural production as attractive as possible so that youth will be able to join. We have started last year. We have so far trained over 60 graduates in the field of poultry production, and that is in Kano State. We are moved to Jigawa State now while still continuing with one in Kano State. We are establishing the scheme in Maigatar Jigawa State where we'll be able to train also 60 graduates in the field of agricultural production, especially vegetable and food crops, so that we will be able to graduate them in the next 6 to 9 months, and we will establish them in their own farms and give them the startup packs so that they'll be able to start and maintain their own farms. This will go a long way in providing the needed employment to the people, especially the youth, and also produce the much needed food for our population.
Infrastructural development. The authority undertook the following infrastructural developments: construction of Kantamiwa Rural Access Road, construction of Kantamiwa Drainage, construction of Kantamiwa Erosion Control, Auyo Flood and Erosion Control Works in Jigawa State, Hydropower Project outlets in Kano State, Distributary Canal and Access Road Kadawa, Distributary Canal and Kano River Irrigation Project covering 22 hectares of land, downstream of Garumbaba Main Canal, downstream slope of Main Canal 2 of Kano River Irrigation Project, emergency spillway of Tiga Dam, Kadawa Farm Center District, sales of agricultural products. The Kano State government provided specialized markets at different locations where the farm products from the authority are sold. Some of the markets are Karfi Onions Markets 1 and 2, Karfi Sugarcane Market, Kura Rice Market, established Kura Small-Scale Rice Processing Plant, Kwanar Dawaki, Karfi and Bunkere are major rice markets within the scheme. Provision of potable water. Hadejia Jamare River Basin Development Authority also constructed projects that are meant to provide potable water for various uses for the people in her catchment zone. Mentioning of few of them will suffice. Improvements of Kura water reticulation at Yanginreki along Kano Zaria Road. Kura Township Water Supply Scheme. Ruwankanya Outlet Scheme. This is used mainly by cattle headers for their livestock. Ruwankanya Water Reservoir Embankment and Entomi Distributary Canal and Kadawa Farm Center, Kano State. The provision of hectares of farmland for farmers. The authority, through the intervention of Transformation Irrigation Management of Nigeria Trimming Project, has handed over a total of 2,865 hectares to the farmers.
Wannan aiki na gwamnatin tarayyar tamu da tare da trimming, alhamdulillah tsakaninmu da gwamnati sai godiya ta mana abubuwan nan. Dan da ina noma buhuna a nan gun sun kai 500, amma ko a bana mun noma buhuna wajen 2,300. Masha Allah. A banan nan 2,300. Mun gode wannan gwamnatin tarayya, Allah ya mata albarka, Allah ya sa ai lafiya, a gama lafiya da trimming. Wannan da minista Suleiman Adamu, Allah ya wa iyayensa albarka da kakannin iyayensu, Allah ya ji Allah ya gafarta musu. Wannan ayyuka da ake na kwana ayama zuwa tawa a mada yan kwangila
har ga Allah da kusa a mace miki, amma yanzu sun zo sun tada mu daga bacci, sun laya mu, sun kawo mana sabuwar ni'ima, musamman wannan gwamnatin da muke kanta ta Buhari da wannan mutumin da yake da kishin jiharsa, ministan ruwa, wanda ko da lokaci ko cikin bacci in ya farka tunaninsa wannan aiki da yake yankin namu na jihar Jigawa na Hadejia River Basin shine a ransa. Muna godiya ga Allah, muna godiya ga gwamnatin Buhari, muna godiya da wannan ministan ruwa, abin da suka yi mana bar mu da damar saka musu, sai dai mu addu'a Allah ya saka musu da mafificin wannan su da zuriya su.
Muna musu godiya da babbar murya. Wannan aiki Ubangiji da suka kirkiro mana suka ce za su yi mana aikin nan, mun ga alfalinsa. Tun daga yanzu da in muka noma a aika guda za ka samu guda 10, 15, 18 a aika ɗaya. Yanzu kuma mun tashi daga wannan noman saboda albarkacin wannan aiki da tirimin ta yi mana, wallahi bana heda na yanki a aika ta heda na yanki 46.
All the places where we are getting hard or difficult to get water, but now the water is going directly to our farms, and the farmers, they are happy. Even this year, so I know the land is not well finished, the rafting is not finished. But now, what we are getting from the farming is better than the last years. We are thanking the government, the project, the international. We are thanking them for this rehabilitation. We are now free now. All our farmers, they are happy, and they are getting their work, they are getting it more easily than back.
We are very much grateful to this administration actually, because this project has been abandoned since 1999, and it's only in the last 2 years that this project came back. So we are very much happy with this project. We know what we have lost over the last 18 years, and now with the project in place, when it is fully finished, definitely everybody will be happy and will be having more newcomers into the project area that are going to benefit from this project area, because you will have people transporting their goods here and transporting outside, and marketers also coming from all parts of the country into this area.
The Managing Director of Hadejia Jamare River Basin Development Authority, Kano, Alhaji Mamundao Aliyu, acknowledged that a total of 2,865 hectares have been successfully handed to farmers through the Transformation Irrigation Management of Nigeria Trimming Project, a brainchild of the Federal Ministry of Water Resources. The farmlands have contributed in no small way towards boosting employment generation and production of food crops.
We are trying as much as possible to provide irrigation water for the farmers non-stop, and also where we don't have the right irrigation schemes, like most part of Basin State, we have been trying to drill shallow tube wells and also wash bows along the river banks, so that the farmers will be able to cultivate their farmlands both in the rainy and in the dry season. This will, in no small measure, contribute to the production of large number of tons of food, be it rice, maize, or wheat, so that Nigeria will be food secure, and the farmers will be able to have some level of economic well-being. This will also attract teeming number of youth into agriculture, seeing that a lot of money can be made in agriculture.
The irrigation infrastructure also provided technical support towards building the capacity of the Water Users Association in Kano State. The administrative headquarters of the authority is located at Hotoro, Maiduguri Road in Taroni local government area of Kano municipality. The authority is responsible for the development of surface and underground water resources for irrigated agriculture, water supply and other uses within its catchment areas in Kano, Jigawa and Bauchi states. The statutory functions of the authority as contained in its enabling law as amended over time are as follows: to undertake a comprehensive development of underground and surface water resources for multipurpose use with emphasis on provision of irrigated water, to undertake schemes for erosion and flood control and for watershed management, including afforestation and orchard development, to construct and maintain dams, dikes, boulders, wells, boreholes, and irrigation and drainage systems, to operate water legislation and control measures and development, and update water resources master plan of the area of authorities development and management, and to undertake jobs on contract basis for federal, states and local governments and private clients. In line with its statutory functions, the mission and vision of the authority have been defined as follows: corporate mission, Effective management of water resources for the development of socio-economic activities of the people within the basin through access to water for irrigation, domestic and other uses in a sustainable manner. The ultimate aim is to efficiently utilize the available water resources with a view to improving the socio-economic status and quality of life, particularly of the people living within the authority's catchment area through supply of water for irrigation, human and livestock consumption, fisheries, development and industrial uses. The authority therefore has continued to develop, operate and maintain various water infrastructure to improve the living standards of rural communities within its catchment area. Dams and irrigation projects are the key infrastructure being developed in this regard. There are project offices under the Hadejia Jamare River Basin Development Authority, namely Tiga Dam Project, Chalawa George Dam, Kafinzaki Dam Project, Kano River Irrigation Project, West Kura, Kano River Irrigation Project, East Bunkure, Hadejia Valley Irrigation Project, Galala Irrigation Project, Katagum Irrigation Project, Jamare Valley Irrigation Project, Wudil Pilot Irrigation Scheme. The Managing Director at Hadejia Jamare River Basin Development Authority also spoke about the contribution of his authority towards Mr. President's agenda of lifting 100 million Nigerians out of poverty.
The basin has a potential of over 300,000 hectares land cultivable, and most of it is irrigable. So when you farm rainy season and dry season, you are doubling your production capacity, because instead of your farms to remain idle in the dry season, you are now cultivating them through the provision of irrigation water for the farmers to be able to cultivate. As I said earlier, we have the capacity to produce half of Nigeria's rice requirement and also 1/3 of Nigeria's wheat requirement. The federal government is now introducing the wheat production program. Recently, we attended the workshop by the central bank, and we have offered to engage our farmers, to assist the central bank to engage our farmers in keying into this wheat production this coming dry season, which we hope to produce from the Kano River Irrigation Project, or the Hadejia Development Project, and the one in Bauchi State, to produce at least 1/3 of Nigeria's wheat requirement by the end of the year.
In the past 2 decades, 2 decades to be precise, the river basins had become a shadow of themselves. So if we are to support the President's initiative on food security and to make the sector more purposeful, we really had to bring back the river basins back on track to be able to do the work that they needed to do, to operate within their original mandate.